Hey guys, this is Chaos Corona back with another deck opening. We're on our second last deck of the called the Archon's decks. Then we'll be moving on to Mass Mutation again. So without further ado, let's see what we got. We got a Mars Shadows and Logos deck, Aslan, Deep Pockets, Aggro Granite. Alright, as you guys saw in the intro, that video quality was terrible. I had to do a retake. Let's get to the card reveal and see what we got in this deck. Alright, starting with Shadows, we have Silent Dagger, it's an upgrade. Amber, whenever you play it, this creature gains Reap, deal 4 damage to a flank creature. Urchin, 1 power creature with elusive, play, steal an Amber. Shadow Self, 9 power creature, Shadow Self deals no damage when fighting. Damage dealt to non-spectre neighbors is dealt to Shadow Self instead. Selwyn the Fence, 3 power creature with Fight Reap, move 1 Amber from your cards to your pool. Nexus, 3 power creature with elusive, Reap, use an opponent's artifact as if it were yours. Treasure Map, Amber whenever you play it. If you have not played any other cards this turn, gain 3 Amber. For the remainder of the turn, you cannot play cards. 2 Treasure Map, 3 Treasure Map. Relentless Whispers, Amber whenever you play it. Deal 2 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, steal 1 Amber. Pawn Sacrifice, Amber whenever you play it. Sacrifice a friendly creature. If you do, deal 3 damage each to 2 creatures. Imperial Trader, Amber whenever you play it. Look at your opponent's hand. You may choose and purge a Sanctum card in it. Bait and Switch. If your opponent has more Amber than you, steal 1 Amber. Repeat this card's effect if your opponent still has more Amber than you. You can only repeat it that 1 time. Moving on to Mars, we have Battle Matrix Backup. It's an upgrade. Amber whenever you play it. This creature gains Destroyed. You may put this creature into its owner's archives. Ziggs the Many, 3 power creature, Fight Reap. You may reveal a creature from your hand. If you do, archive it, and Ziggs the Many gets 3+1 power counters. John Smith, 2 power creature with elusive, Fight Reap, ready a non-agent Mars creature. 2 copies of John Smith. Ether Spider, 7 power creature. Ether Spider deals no damage when fighting. Each Ember that would be added to your opponent's pool is captured by Ether Spider instead. Mother Gun, it's an artifact. Action, reveal any number of Mars cards from your hand. Deal damage to a creature equal to that number of Mars cards revealed this way. Crystal Hive, it's an artifact. Action, for the remainder of the turn, gain 1 Amber each time a creature reaps. Sample Collection. Put an enemy creature into your archives for each key your opponent has forged. If any of these creatures leaves your archives, they are put into their owner's hand instead. Phosphorus Stars. Stun each non-Mars creature, gain 2 chains. EMP Blast, Amber whenever you play it. Each Mars creature and each robot creature is stunned. Each artifact is destroyed. Ammonia Clouds, deal 3 damage to each creature. 2 copies of Ammonia Clouds. Moving on to Logos, we have Rocket Boots, it's an upgrade. This creature gains Fight Reap. If this is the first time this creature was used this turn, ready it. Titan Mechanic, 6 power creature. While Titan Mechanic is on the flank, each key costs -1 Amber. Novu Archaeologist is a 4 power creature with action. Archive a card from your discard pile. 2 Novu Archaeologists. Brain Eater, 6 power creature. After a creature is destroyed, fighting Brain Eater, draw a card. Howling Pit is an artifact. Amber whenever you play it. During the draw card step, each player refills their hand to 1 additional card. Pocket Universe. You may spend Amber on Pocket Universe when forging keys. Action, move 1 Amber from your pool to Pocket Universe. Library of Babel, it's an artifact. Action, draw a card. Wild Wormhole, Amber whenever you play it, play the top card of your deck. Effervescent Principle, each player loses half their Amber rounding down the loss, gain 1 chain. Dimension Door, for the remainder of the turn, any Amber you would gain from reaping is stolen from your opponent instead. And last card is Bouncing Death Cork, destroy an enemy creature and a friendly creature. You may repeat this effect as many times as you like, as long as it's possible to repeat the entire effect. Alright, let's take a look at the components of this deck. Alright, for Amber generation we have 11 pips of Amber to start, and we have the effects of the treasure map itself, Relentless Whispers, that can potentially generate us a bit more Amber. There's also Bait and Switch, Cell in the Fence, Urchin, and Crystal Hive that can generate more Amber as well. I pulled aside Dimension Door, but based off its effect, it doesn't actually generate you more, it's more of a Amber control card, so I won't count that one. The conservative estimate for Amber generation will be about 16, more depending on actually hitting those combos with the Crystal Hive or being able to pull those extra 3 Amber from each treasure map. Alright, for Amber control, we only have the Relentless Whispers, Urchin, Bait and Switch, Effervescent Principle, and potentially Dimension Door, giving me a total of about 5. We do have some disruption for Amber generation for your opponent in Ether Spider, but that's only a delay. And for Dimension Door, we only have 4 creatures in logos, so the likelihood of us actually stealing with that card is actually pretty low. Alright, for creature control, we have the Relentless Whispers, the Silent Dagger, Pawn Sacrifice, Mother Gun, Sample Collection, Phosphorus Stars, 2 Ammonia Clouds, and Bouncing Death Quark for direct removal, as well as EMP Blast that can affect Martians and robot creatures. So I'll estimate creature control about a 10. For artifact control, we have both the EMP Blast that destroys everything, as well as Nexus that allows us to use enemy artifacts as our own, so that'll be a 1.5. Alright, so for speed, it's really the logo set that provides any sort of speed. The Brain Eater, Wild Wormhole, Library of Babel, and the Howling Pit that I actually won't count towards that number, since it does help both you and your opponent. So overall speed I'm going to rate at about a 3, and we do have to mention some of the chains like Phosphorus Stars that gives you 2, and Effervescent Principle that gives you 1. We do have a few cards that help with efficiency with the deck, like the Nova Archaeologists and the Rocket Boots. There's also a bit of disruption with that Imperial Trader, or at least information gathering. But with the highlights of this deck, there isn't really much great things to look at. The Crystal Hive combo with the Mars Reaping is pretty nice because we have the double John Smith. There's also the Selwyn the Fence with Ether Spider to have a delayed steal, but again, not very efficient. The triple treasure map might be more of a detriment than help, or at least you won't get the full effect, full Amber gains from the treasure map very often. There are only 4 creatures in each house, giving us a total of 12 creatures. We're definitely hard pressed to maintain the board. The removal is going to be key, and we don't have a true wipe, just a lot of board damage. So if there's a board that's big enough, we're definitely going to be in trouble. There's a lot of anti-synergy in this deck, and a lot of cards that are kind of work both ways, like the Howling Pit, as well as the damage from most of our board clears, from the Ammonia Clouds, Phosphorus Stars, and Bouncing Death Quark that costs us our board as well. So yeah, the anti-synergy is pretty high in this deck, and it definitely feels like it outweighs the good parts of this deck. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to rate this deck fairly low. I'm thinking about a 58. That sums up this deck. I did have to do the retake, but I kept everything the same in terms of my estimations, numbers, and focal points. So if I did miss anything, do let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, suggestions, again, leave them down all below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I will be doing some streams, just figuring out the dates. There's one more deck left in this Call of the Archons display, after which I will be moving on to Mass Mutation again, just before I receive Dark Tiding decks that I've ordered. So look forward to that, content, and hopefully all this has been enjoyable and helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, be kind and happy forging!